Welcome to the King-Abrams show, Dr. Byron King. How you be?
Oh man, I'm good. I'm really good. Our shows have been. Last week's show was incredible, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
That was such a good show.
It was a really juicy conversation, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
no, I had a good one. I feel like I don't know that they had taken a couple of weeks off because unfortunate circumstances. We just came out the gate,
Yeah.
just firing, guns blazing, and everything. It's gonna be
Yeah, it
good.
was a good one. So good, in fact, that today is going to be part 2. We're going to continue that
That's right,
conversation from last
as
week.
we should, because we uncovered such good stuff there.
Right. Yeah, and there was so much more to talk about.
But we're talking about breakup sex,
Yeah.
and we're gonna keep talking about that today. But it got me thinking. All right, I've been in a relationship a solid for like 5 years.
Yeah.
And the sex is good. I mean, I'm not complaining, but maybe I should try breaking up.
And then you break up and then hit it.
I'm like, just
stick and move.
Yeah. Just to dip my toe in those waters of breakup sex.
Just start a fight. What fight would you start if you had to start a fight?
I don't know. There's always, what can we fight about? It's like, I don't want you posting naked pictures of yourself on the internet.
Well, you guys got to come up with an alternative plan.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, because OnlyFans apparently is sort of cracking down on the sexually explicit. Yeah, so just for those who don't know, Dr. Byron King, you're a psychologist with a specialty in sexual behaviors. You're a neuroscientist, among other things I'm sure I don't know about, and an author. And your wife, who is hot as hell. Well, you guys aren't married, but you're basically married. You're a photographer, and she has these beautifully scantily clad photographs out for on the public domain for the
He's out there. Ingesting. She's out there. She's letting it hang out.
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
And if you pay enough money, she'll hang more out. That's the point with OnlyFans.
You better hurry up. You got some freaks. I've always
maintained. You gotta hurry up. Yeah, it's kind of a weird thing, and actually, it has nothing to do with breaking up, of course, but it is topical. It's going on right now, this whole OnlyFans thing.
Yeah.
This website became famous and made tons of money during the pandemic,
right?
Because lots of people are at home lonely, lots of people are broke, lots of people, and so it gave people an outlet and it created a lot of opportunities for people, and now those opportunities are going to go away soon.
What a tease!
And yeah, exactly.
That's like worse than the high school tease.
Totally. It's like no, but there's going to be other websites that pop up and where they're going to.
What is actually happening in the public domain that we are hearing? Like I heard a few years back that what is it, Backpage or one of these?
Yeah.
One of these sites where you can go find hookers that was being shut down, and
right.
It's still up. I feel like the last time I checked.
It
was still working.
You guys, you remember, like the weekly newspapers that every city has, like LA has the LA Weekly, Austin has the Austin Chronicle, Dallas
That's where you find the hookers.
Yeah, the Village Voice. It was like the last page, literally the last page of those newspapers, classified ads for sex workers, and they called it the back page, And yeah, so they had to remove the sex work part, and that was sort of the beginning and the end. And then Tumblr, was like the blogging website that eventually became used by lots of sex workers and porn distributors and stuff. And then they had to scrub that, and both of these companies.
Where does the government want to put the hookers?
Well, that's just it. Like I don't even think.
What is the challenge here?
Yeah, I don't even think it's the government. I believe it's just the society in general has an issue with sex work and erotic material. They're going to shut us down. They're going to shut down the King-Abrams show one of these days.
Not.
These people talk about sex all the time. No, it's not the government. It literally is
people. It's people being offended.
People. And the weird thing is that who is, purchasing these services? Who is that? That's the thing that bothers me is that everyone loves porn. Everyone watches it, appreciates pictures, appreciates all sorts of erotic material. Yeah. But people have like this stigma against the people that produce it.
Yeah.
And so there's like this, it's like analogous to a few years ago. It's like everybody loves drugs, but they hate the drug dealers. It's like that fucking drug dealer, in my neighborhood, But like I love getting high. You know what I mean? It's like it's the same thing.
I think it's the same in that it is considered a pathology, right? A social pathology. But with drugs, you have other ancillary implications. You have violence. You have like murder and that kind of thing. And I don't know who's getting hurt with the sets working. Maybe, a few people catch a bad case of the herp, or like, I don't know, got to get an antibiotic shot every now and then. But like, I mean, work is a market that has been around since the beginning of vaginas.
Exactly. I mean, there's an illegal thing with drug dealing and posting pictures to the internet. That's not illegal. But people don't like it. Like people in large quantities don't like it. And when those people, when a company like OnlyFans gets so big that the only way it can expand is to put an app on an iPhone or put an app on, an Android, or, get additional loans from conservative banks. Well, those banks, the Android store, the Google iPhone store, the Apple Store and all that, they have a very anti-adult content policy, and it becomes really difficult for them. So it's unfortunate because people, like I said, porn made the internet what it is today. We wouldn't be streaming this show right now if it wasn't for innovations, that were brought on because of people who wanted to look at boobs.
Maybe we'll go back to like dirty magazines. That was fun.
That was
really fun.
Find them in the woods.
There's nothing like being a kid and like searching through somebody's house when nobody's looking and finding, like, it's one thing to find one Playboy, but when you find like the Hustler or like multiple,
when you found a stash,
like the stash.
When you found
what a time to be a kid.
But it's interesting though, and of course, this has nothing to do with breaking up, but it's just topical. It's like this came out last week, and it's just like, they're going to change it, and it's like, wow, this is this website that made all this money on all these girls' boobs and vaginas and stuff.
What would be interesting is maybe next week or next show I might try to look to see if we can find a study on what happens when people can't get a hold of their porn. Like, are they becoming more sexual with their real partners, or are they going out being sexual deviants? Like, what is the implication of these crackdowns? What is it that society expects from this type of rules? I mean, where do you draw the line? Because
we get an in-depth investigation.
I'm going to find out. I'm going to be the sex detective.
There we go. So it's funny because you and I, we normally spend the beginning of the show catching up, talking about our sex lives and stuff. But the shutting down of OnlyFans, that's related kind of to my sex life.
Yours, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like in a weird way.
What are you guys gonna do when you can't get all freaky in front of the camara? Are you gonna do it in front of the window?
Yeah, who knows? We'll have to charge our neighbors $10 a month so that we'll close the window. No. It's like, we don't want to see that. All right, give me $10. Yeah.
Oh my God.
No, it's it's all, it's my girlfriend. It affects my girlfriend more obviously because she's the person that's on the websites, but it affects my family. She's my girlfriend. We live together. It's like I'm her partner. I want her to have outlets and do her thing, and it's just it's kind of a bummer, kind of a dumb crappy deal.
Yeah. Well, I thought about you guys when I saw that in the news.
Yeah, you and the other end have been having a really good time, which is kind of interesting. We talked a little bit about that last week.
Who was having a good time? What did you say?
You have been. You're
talking about me.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say I might have to, barring like whatever pops up in the conversation when we bring our guest on, I might have to like plead the fifth on like what's happening right now. For all that missed the part 1, this is part 2 of a continued conversation. If you want to know the real dirt, you can go back and watch the full episode with comedian last week where we talked about breakup sex and I spilled the beans. And that's usually what happens on the show. Somebody, one or more, are spilling the beans.
Somebody talks about something.
Yeah.
That's the whole gist.
That's the whole gist.
I think this is sort of like, it's a continuation of your saga from not only from day 1 of this show, but also from like a couple years before that when you wrote your book and you asked me to consult on it. Like I remember I was in Florida a couple of years ago, and you kind of, hey, Brian, would you mind checking out this manuscript I'm writing? And I'm like, oh, okay, player, huh? It's like, and this is just coming full circle now.
It really has.
Really moving in that direction. So
I was just talking. I was really talking, having a pre-production meeting about what's happening, and I won't divulge. I always say that I won't divulge, and then it's like blah, 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 blah.
You're gonna divulge. Don't even say. Don't even say you're not gonna divulge.
So what I'm doing in general is I've ended a no strings relationship to entertain an ex who has come back some reasonable time later. After it wasn't a bad breakup, it was just a bad feeling I got the whole time. I've been in love with this man. I was in love with him for 6 years, and we were seeing each other. And so I left to see someone else for 2, and now he's back. And so I've just dumped the guy that I was seeing for 2 years, and I feel bad about it. By the way, I didn't think I would feel that bad about it.
Oh, so you are having some kind of remorse.
I wouldn't call it remorse, because I feel like even if the ex had not come back, this thing was just lasting too long. Like we both knew it was coming. We'd already sort of talked about an exit strategy, but I just didn't want to get so involved that that emotion. I didn't want to fall in love. And I was surprised at how much I wanted to sort of reach out and just communicate whatever unsaid feelings I did have. I wanted to communicate that to him, and to a degree I did, but not fully. And I don't think I ever will fully. But I couldn't believe that I was even that was dancing around in my head. I thought I'd be like all savage about it.
Right.
But I wasn't. So, I mean, I'm still attracted to him, but I can't. Let's just say that I've already established a new relationship, and so I wouldn't feel comfortable going back to see two. I can't see 2 men. I'm seeing someone else now. Yeah, like me and this guy. I don't even want to call him a player anymore. Shit.
Wait, so you're gonna have to come up with a new term.
I need a new nickname.
Right, you're gonna have to, not the player, the misunderstood.
Oh my God. I'm
the artist formerly known as the player.
Oh, Jesus.
You can pull a Prince, give him a Prince symbol.
I don't know. I feel like totally like Boo Boo the Fool. I do. I get it, but I'm also grown, and I can do what the fuck I want to do, and I'm in love with this man, and so I'm gonna see what happens. I've already been hurt once, so I know it would be an old familiar pain.
Yeah, and like I keep reminding you, it'd be good material for another book.
Yeah.
Like, you ever get dump a player, and then 2 years later you get back together with them and
double played. Yeah, I think it probably. He might be tricking me. I told him that.
I think I've asked you this before, but I can't remember your answer. Does he know about this book that you wrote about him?
Yeah, he does. Okay. I'm so trained. I'm like autism honest in my relationships. I swear, I'm too honest. If there's such a thing, I've done it.
I'd like to see him just reading it.
I don't know that I don't think he's read it though. Like I don't think he's read it. Not him.
It would just be kind of like, or get his notes. It's like, oh man, that ain't how it happened. That ain't how it happened. Oh man.
Hey, so I want to bring our guests on. I just made the ugly happy laugh face. Y'all don't go back and pause on that shit. Like Van Halen.
That'll be the thumbnail for the video.
Right. So yeah. So as you know, I have a secret comedy room in the NoHo area of Los Angeles County. It's every Thursday night. And last Thursday night, a comedian stopped in that I hadn't seen in a long time. And he was one of those acts that once you see on stage for the first time, you just don't forget. You know, there's just acts you just don't forget. I remembered his name. And I even recognized him before he unmasked himself when he walked in the door. And so without further ado, you guys, this guy, you know, you've seen him at all the main comedy clubs, Laugh Factory, Sunset Boulevard. You guys, in fact, he is the blind hitman. Did I get that right?
Yes.
The blind hitman. He's gone viral for being the blind hitman. You guys, Kendall Neal, comedian Kendall Neal. Everybody.
What up, everybody?
How's it going?
How you doing, man? Good to meet you.
Blind hitman. Now I gotta Google that.
Yeah, I know. I remember seeing it a couple years ago, a year and a half ago, something like that.
It was
sooner.
This was 2021. I want to say it was during the pandemic, during the it was
this year.
Yeah, I want to say during the lockdown.
Yeah, like people were making videos and people copied it. So how did that happen?
It went crazy.
It went crazy viral.
Yeah.
What did you do?
We just started making a series of it. Like we did one, and nobody really paid attention.
What was the first one that you did?
The first one was him coming in and while I was sleeping, and he went to go suffocate me in my sleep with a pillow, but he didn't know the pillow was actually on my feet. So he's like choking it out, you know what I'm saying? The whole time I'm just sitting there looking at him like, you know, and he walks off and nothing happened on that one. But the second one we did is when he tapped me on my shoulder. It's actually right here on my hoodie.
Okay.
Yeah, we had the merch. Taps me on my shoulder, try to get me to look away, and then
your camera, if you want to show your
yeah, here's the merch right here. we already
Hitman Part 2.
Yeah, we already was the one that went crazy viral, and we didn't know it was actually going viral until like we literally did it because I had just got a TikTok.
Yeah,
and we did the skit. And it was me and my nephew back home in DC, and in Maryland, I'm sorry, in the DMV area.
Yeah.
And we went to bed that night, woke up in the morning, and it was like 7 million views.
Wow.
I'm like, what?
Wow.
7 million. And then it was like Snoop Dogg posted it. And it was it started getting posted everywhere. And then
so what did you do? Did you jump? Did you go get like some waffles crazy. To celebrate?
You gotta think I've been doing videos for a while. I stopped, but then I started doing them again. And I really didn't care to do videos, but then when the lockdown happened and the comedy clubs were shut down, I'm like, man, I gotta get on the internet.
Right.
And yeah, we just started doing videos, and I actually had a video that went viral on TikTok before that.
Okay.
With me and my son for me getting him to take CMOS, but that didn't go crazy on Instagram. It was only TikTok. Blind Hitman went crazy
everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere. So we went all the way to like 13 or 14. Then we made a movie out of it, and
oh wow,
that's the way to grab that bull by the horns.
Yeah, we had to keep it going, man.
So like some brothers just got together and like produced. The film.
Yeah, no, it was actually me and my lady. We actually we produced it. Yeah.
That's great segue to what we're about to talk about.
Let me take a drink.
You still with that? You still in that relationship or?
Yeah, we were talking last week. We were just hot off the show, Dr. King. We were talking with G King about breakup sex. And then Kendall, you were the first guest to come. There was just
I was
right. So there were three of us. There was me and my DJ Deb, my girlfriend, and then the three of us were talking. Now I won't give all your details and all your business, but you have experienced. Can we say that how? Can I say how many breakups you've experienced in the last approximately 2 years? Would that be? Can I say?
Go ahead.
2
in the last 2 years?
2 years. Technically, did I misinterpreted what you said?
Yeah, no. What you want me to answer, or
yes.
you gonna? Oh, none in the last 2 years.
2 years? Oh,
I've been with her 8 years.
Oh, you've been with her for 8 years.
Oh wow!
8 years.
And you didn't have a break?
No, we didn't have a
breakup sex here.
You get nah.
Did
no.
you have makeup sex in the last 2 years?
Yeah, I can say that. Yeah, we did.
You made a really soft, like soothing face when you thought when you
because this is the thing with me and her, we're so close.
Yeah,
we're so close that we get into it a lot because we're so close.
Get into it like you butt heads.
Yeah, a lot.
Right.
You know, and not until 2021 during this whole pandemic did we kind of really like this pandemic really tested our relationship.
Okay.
I say that. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, but we good. I think we're good. We're.
So do you have makeup sex when you butt heads like that?
Man, I try to. But you see this thing with guys, well, at least with my situation, I can't speak on everybody, but my situation, I'm always down. Whether we doing good,
you always down for.
I'm always down for sex. Yeah,
right.
But the thing about y'all, like women, well, I can't say everybody, but for her, when we make up, she more so want to talk about it. Let's talk. Let's talk over and over and over. And even after we good, we still need to talk. Me, I like to sex my way back into being friends again, to us being able to talk. Before we talk, we need to I need to get this off.
Ice.
Yeah.
And I think that may be an individual thing, like as far as like males and females. However, there might be. I would imagine Dr. Brian King, what is your opinion? Do you have any data on like, or just in your experiences, what do people report?
Yeah, the data on this stuff is pretty sketchy. I mean, honestly, it's all survey stuff. But men are just it follows the typical relationship lines, right? Men are more physical, women are more emotional, and so driven by emotional connectivity. So whatever you bond with, if you bond with your words, then you're gonna want to make up with words. If you bond physically, then you're gonna want to make up with something physical. So. It's just it's all whatever is in your head, whatever's your sort of MO.
Mm-hmm.
So I
agree with that.
Yeah. Well, I remember the one interesting. If we're still talking about the article from last week, there was one interesting bit about how. Let's explore why. Okay, so apparently women reported that when they initiate the breakup, then they're less willing to have breakup sex. But when men, no matter what happens, no matter who initiates the breakup, men are willing to have breakup sex. Now that piece is not surprising because men are just again generally into sex.
Yeah, for sure.
But for women, Dr. King, have you ever seen a couple or had a female patient who connects physically? Right? We all want to talk.
Yeah. And those are definitely less common, but those women exist, and when they exist, their behavior pattern seems to fall more in line with the male pattern. So what would be typical of men? There's women who are much more driven for sex, and so they're going to align more. This is why a lot of this research it's hard to take men and women as a whole group. You got to look at individual differences. There's a lot of different nuances between men and women, but people who are more physical, that's how they're going to relate. In that,
I think for most women, the reason that we don't want to have the sex if we initiate the breakup, because if we initiate it, we're essentially saying, okay, this relationship is not good for me, right? For whatever reason, and then if we go and have the sex, it's gonna make us feel bad. It's gonna make us feel connected. It's gonna take because it's actually so emotional. It's not just an orgasm for us.
Yeah. See.
So think about this though. Like if you a lot of your sexual attraction to your partner is tied up in how you feel towards that partner.
Right. Exactly.
So if you're breaking up with the guy, you don't like him. There's something about him that doesn't satisfy you emotionally.
Turning me off. Yeah.
That's going to turn you off physically.
Right.
On the other hand, with a guy, it's like we can think you're hot, you're just crazy. We can think you're hot, but you're just like you've been banging my roommate. You know what I mean? There's something about you that I don't like, even though I'm still physically attracted to you. So there's a thing there.
You were gonna say.
I feel like I shouldn't have drunk this wine. I almost said batter. I feel like the worse the argument is, the better the sex is. Like,
yes.
And I've experienced, like I said, I've been with her for so long, but during the pandemic was when we really, really, really got into it, where it was like, I'm done. She said she's done, but when we actually, with that kind of, I don't know if it was anger or what it was, but that was like the best ever. But that was also the worst fight ever. You know, the worst.
So you didn't necessarily plan to make up sex. So you're saying that when you came together after that big fight, it was like the closest you guys have ever felt.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Right. Because emotionally, and then was that because of her body language or yours or both?
I think it was both.
Yeah.
I think it was both of us. Yeah, just you gonna miss me, you're gonna miss me, and you know.
Right. Because the man, you're saying, I'm gonna show you why you don't want to get rid of this.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right?
I would say, yeah.
That's what you're doing.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah, for sure.
I think women are saying, but I love you so much.
Mm-hmm.
I want to feel this close to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But she was also, I ain't gonna sit here and lie, like she was on, on her, you ain't getting this, out there,
Oh, okay.
So I feel like we were both like, competing. Yeah.
So there's another.
Y'all doing all right.
She gonna kill me.
Is she watching this?
I told her. I didn't know if it was gonna be live or if we were in it.
It's so sweet. Don't be mad. What's her name?
So this is live right now?
We are live.
Oh, we live.
I think so.
We're live.
Yeah. Okay. I'm about to tell her to watch it right now.
Okay.
All right. Because I thought we were.
Yeah, no, you sound very sweet. There's nothing you should be afraid of.
Okay.
Yeah, we haven't divulged too much information, and it sounds like you're really.
I'm with it. I'm ready, man. I'm gonna keep drinking. I'm with y'all tonight. Man.
You got this Moscato.
I'm with y'all tonight, right?
He's gonna be like, bitch, if y'all, you gonna ask her to marry me.
Am I gonna what?
Ask her to marry her. No, I was saying if you keep drinking, you might do that.
I did.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
And she said yes?
She said yes.
So you're engaged?
Yes, I am. I am engaged. This was pre-pandemic though. So
wait, I was with the no part.
No, it was pre-pandemic. We got engaged before the pandemic happened.
It's taking a long time to get
married. Then the pandemic happened, and we butted heads a lot, but we still there. We good, and we good.
We did a show once with Daphne Springs, and it was our marriages and relationships on pandemic pause, and apparently they are. Everything is slowing down. People
I don't know
anybody.
I don't know anybody whose relationship just kept going.
It's just on pause.
Yeah, I don't know anybody whose relationship stayed normal without. I'm saying during the pandemic. Nobody.
Yeah,
none of my friends at least.
People are putting off their marriages, and people are staying with who they have and not meeting new people, starting new relationships. There's a lot of comedians that are having babies. What, Dr. King?
I was just saying, it's a good thing that he got engaged before the pandemic, though, because you get engaged during the pandemic, like that might be something like, it might just be like, hey, baby, it's the COVID talking.
It's the stress talking.
As soon as the outside open back up, it's like, oh, I said that.
So did you get back outside? Well, it sounds like you guys have a nice long history, and you're a young man, are you not?
Yeah, so I'm not. Well, I just turned 32 last week.
So you spent most of your 20s in love with this woman, this young woman, and she is about your age as well.
1 year younger than me.
Okay.
Yeah, we're doing all right now, but yeah, I'll say this pandemic really tested. Like I said, not just me. It was a lot of my friends' relationships too.
How are we doing on time, Samson? I have no idea. Okay. So Brian, what's up with you and Sarah? So like, have you ever had like a big crazy fight and then turned around and clawed at each other in the bedroom?
Yeah. Of course. We don't. The problem with us, right, is that we don't have enough fights. I keep thinking like, man, we really got to piss each other off more, because when we do, it's good and there's the energy, and we just go at it. We just, do what we can. But we don't have enough fights. I need more aggression in my life, And that's the thing.
Maybe you should add a little spice to your bedroom and like add some like whips and chains and S&M it up. You know, you can fight in there. You know,
something. No, it's I don't know. I think we're just too easygoing when it comes down to it. We like things that most people would fight about. That's the whole reason I brought up the OnlyFans and the other stuff earlier. Things that most people would fight about, we're just kind of tolerant of, and like it's part of our lives. You know what I mean? It's like it's different.
You guys getting
like what? Like what? What you like? What do you mean most people?
I don't know, man. Like I feel like most people like, hey, man, you were talking to that dude, you know, I don't want you talking to that dude, you know, and like, I'm not going to get mad at my girl for talking to some dude, you know, like, especially when
she may love it. Though. Yeah. That might turn her on and make
especially when, but also, especially when he's like paying money, you know, I mean, like, I'm not going to be, I mean, like, that's not what I'm
We're not normal, Kendall. We're not normal over here.
Nah, we're definitely not regular people. But I think that contributes too to just our overall like cohesiveness, man. Like we don't fight that much, you know. When we do fight, it's about stupid shit, you know. It's like what do you mean you misplaced my remote control, man? I told you to put the remote control here, damn it.
That's what you guys are fighting about.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Wow. Yeah, definitely have makeup sex after that.
Yeah, that's like it's like anticlimactic makeup sex at that point. It's like, oh baby, I'm sorry I got mad at you with that remote, man.
So Kendall, is this your first like serious and only did you have like an ex that you were hot and heavy for, like in love?
I will say this is my second serious relationship.
So but you had a big breakup before.
I guess you can say that, but I was my last breakup, I think I might have been 22. That was
okay,
like 10
you were
years
just
ago.
A kid.
Yeah, and I was with her for 3 years, so that started when I was
right. Yeah,
those
don't
younger.
count.
I was younger than 22.
Those don't even count because we were just silly.
But
yeah, I've had plenty of breakup sex in the past. I mean, that's like just not current.
But with her, that's the thing. Like, that's really all I have to go off when it comes to like an ex or you know what I'm saying, something like that. I didn't experience really like out here dating and everything in my 20s and 30s and all of that. You know, I never got to experience that. So that's
so
really
you don't really
all.
Have a frame of reference.
Only reference I have when it comes to like an ex or you know.
And what about her? Did she have an ex, or are you her first real love?
I was first. Yeah, first serious relationship.
So she doesn't even have a frame of reference either.
Nah, not. I mean, nah, no. I mean, I don't know, but then again, I don't know how many guys she's dealt with since me. I've only had one, you know, real.
Well, we hope she hasn't messed with any guys since you guys have been together for the past.
No. I'm talking about. Oh, you talking about? Oh, the girl I'm with now.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, I'm talking about your current girlfriend. Oh. Are you her first?
No. She has a past. She
was in love with another man. Right?
Yeah.
So you guys are basically in the same boat.
But in actual serious like relationship, no. I think I'm. Her last real relationship was back like the same age I was when I.
Same thing.
Because we've been together we've been together that amount of time. We close to the same age. Yeah.
And so. Brian, you're with Sarah now. You guys are so in love. Yeah. Have you been in love with a woman and it didn't work out prior?
Oh yeah.
Lots of times.
Oh yeah, plenty of times.
Me too.
Pretty much every time I've ever fallen in love besides Sarah. You know, because that's because she's the one that's currently working out. But no, I've had so many breakups, and it's funny because I think back and I'm like, yeah, breakup sex is great, but like in some of my old relationships, like I would always, well, of course, I always want to have sex, and so I always want to have breakup sex, and it's just like, you know, it's like one last chance. You know, there's one last. Let me hit this one last time. Let me get in there. You know, or let me try to like you know, do it so good that we reconsider. You know what I mean? Like it's sometimes breakup sex is a last ditch effort to keep the relationship. You know?
To keep the relationship.
Yeah, it's like and I think that's
the male
people
side.
What's up?
That's what men typically, I think, feel.
Maybe.
You feel like when girls.
I have had some girls in my life who have tried to hold on to me when they knew I was slipping away, and they were just like, "Oh, come on, baby, one more time, come on, baby," you know, like that.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that. You don't feel like girls do that as well, though?
No, I could see that happening. You know, but I've just never been in it. I'm always the one. Well, apart from my marriage, I'm always the one that leaves.
Oh yeah.
And so when my ex-husband left, I didn't want to have any parts of his penis. By the time we were, oh god, yeah, no, that was not even breakup sex. Was not even.
Not even an issue.
We decided to stop having sex like before the marriage ended. So I've never, I mean, because you know, my decision to leave all my other love interests, like Dr. King said, I mean, I was turned off. Something wasn't working. So I've never really had, like, I've never gone back. This is my first time going back. And so I can't imagine, to answer your question, I can't imagine trying to keep a man. That's a silly thing.
How you feel right now,
to try to keep a man by having sex with him? How do I feel? What?
By going back, like how you feel?
Oh, you just gonna try?
I'm just asking. You said this is my first time going back. I'm just asking.
I feel scared. I feel. In fact, I told him it was awkwardly comfortable. It's awkward and comfortable. Because, I have to redesign this vision of how he's going to handle me physically. Okay. I don't know what it's gonna feel like for a woman. You know, when we're touching on a man, the way he's touching me, the way he looks at me, the way I think he feels about me plays a part in my pleasure. So, and sort of how I, you know, receive those signals. And I don't know how he's going to treat me. I'm learning.
So does it feel?
I'm scared.
So does. Okay, but
so it's like there'll be glimpses of, ooh, this feels great, but wait, bitch, you been dumb as fuck. Boo boo, boo boo, boo boo.
But does it feel new?
Around.
Or does it feel
new.
Like,
feels new.
It doesn't feel familiar.
It doesn't feel familiar, and that's the thing. I'm waiting for that like piece to remind me, and you know.
I was just sorry, the champagne, y'all. I mean the wine. My bad. But
it's all good.
And a little burpee.
Yeah,
no, I didn't have no hiccups.
Nobody knows the trouble I.
So Samantha, Sam, I got a question for you, Sam. All right, so there has to be like some element of your relationship with this man was exciting to you because he was you knew he were getting played, or he was keeping an emotional distance from you or whatever. And now what if he comes back and he's all, he's like, all right, baby, this time it's for real. It's a relationship, and he's sincere, and he's making all the right moves, and he's doing it like you would want to do it. And there's no, there's none of that, sort of like the mistreatment that you might have received in the past. Do you think that factored into how you felt for him?
Always and forever.
Yeah, because that kind of stuff is exciting. Or I could see it being kind of exciting in a way.
Yeah, that's an interesting question. And it's more than it's more than one part. It's at least two parts. At this juncture in my life, having been married and having had kids, and probably never making either of those two decisions again. My only real requirements, like if you pared them down to 3, would be sex, laughter, and respect. Okay. And so I was getting sex, laughter, and respect from him sometimes. And then I was getting humiliated and disrespected sometimes. I would say rarely in relation to, how he treated me. So there were some very special moments, special enough for me to have fallen in love. The nigga was like singing to me and kissing my forehead and like some real player shit. You know what I mean? And then So, and then as soon as I really got physical with him that first time, he just turned left on me. It was just, like just a sharp left.
What you mean turn left? Like what?
Like all of a sudden, he just wasn't trying to see me. He wasn't really trying to see me. Like it was like this nigga tricked me. And so I continued to see him because I was in love, and I didn't really impose more expectations onto him, but I was just there. I was there with the three pieces: the respect, the laughter, and the sex. And he was there for most of those pieces, barring the respect every now and again. And 6 years went by, and I thought, you know what? I don't know. He kept me in the dark. I didn't know where the fuck I stood. And that hurts. It fucking hurts.
Yeah.
So I walked away. So to answer your question, there is a piece to that mystery. And in reality, even if somebody tells you, spills their heart to you and tells you how they feel, you can't always be positive that they're being completely honest or comprehensive.
Yeah.
Right. So that element is always kind of there. Right. You always sort of wonder, what does my partner do? What are they thinking?
Yeah.
When you're not around and so forth. So this time around, I hear him looking new, feeling new, saying new things, acting brand new. But I can't unsee or unhear the disrespect that I saw already. So my neurology is confused. I am experiencing pleasure by looking at his face, by hearing his voice, but I can't figure out which of the three characters he really is.
How long ago was that?
I ended a 6-year relationship 2 years ago, and now he's back.
So 2 years ago is when it ended.
Yes.
And now he's back. Okay.
He's been back for a few months. And I've just,
Are you the same person you were 2 years ago?
Yeah, I haven't changed.
Same exact person?
I got more money.
But have you grown?
He grew me.
Okay. He may have grown.
He is the boogeyman.
Let them guards down. You gotta let them guards down.
Wait, now you tell me this?
I'm just saying, let them guards down, man. You can't. There's no way to find out unless you do.
Well, apparently I've done that because I've stopped seeing the interim guy. I hate to call him the interim guy. His name was Peanut Butter. The guy that I was seeing. I rebounded. I was like, look, I'm broken hearted. Please let me suck your dick. I just want to act out all over your body. That's what happened. He was like, oh, this bitch crazy as hell. Oh, okay. He was cool with it. So for 2 years, I've just been being savage, just being goofy with this dumb shit. And here come Mr. Playa. And then 4 months of being consistent and persistent, I stopped seeing Peanut Butter. And I feel bad for Peanut Butter. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't.
Go with your gut.
I'm going with my
gut.
And
the way that your gut sounding to me, it sounds like you.
I think Peanut Butter's gonna be all right.
You ready? It sounds like you ready, and it sounds like you believe him, but
I'm
still
scared
just kind of
shitless.
squinting your eyes like.
I think our next subject is gonna like down the road, and then the next couple of weeks we're gonna be talking about makeup sex.
I told my girlfriend, I go, listen, I'm gonna take it slow. I am not gonna. And she goes, stop talking about what you're not gonna do. You're not gonna what? Suck his dick? I was like, no. She was like, well, when you wake up with a dick in your mouth, don't say I didn't warn you.
Yeah, just go with how it feels. Just do it.
I'm just taking it slow. I'm just going. Yeah, that's what I'm doing, and I understand. And here's what's happening. I'm trying not to be the pessimist in my imagination. I'm trying not to imagine him failing, but that's what's happening. I have to pull that back.
You can't.
I can't imagine him getting it right because I've already been training my brain against that for 2 years.
You gotta manifest it. You gotta manifest that.
Please let this man be my husband.
You can't be having that because that's gonna bring the negativity.
I don't know. I'm trying not to. That was the point. So I asked you what time we were running, and then I think we just went all crazy. They started asking me nosy questions.
Because you got a juicy story.
It is pretty juicy.
It's juicy.
Yeah, so juicy. In fact, everyone should pick up a copy of my book on Amazon. You can get an ebook or the paperback. It's called The Complete Player. And this is where I got brokenhearted over this man while I was still seeing him, continued to see him while I was writing and finishing this book. But it felt like my brain was broken. And when I did the research, apparently I was right. So it's not a book about him. It's a book about the neurology. It's like what happens to males and females in their brains when they're having sex, falling in love, when they're addicted, and when they're heartbroken. It's quite an entertaining book because it's funny, and two, it's academic. So you'll learn a lot.
I'm gonna get that.
You should. I'm gonna give you a signed copy for being on the show.
Bet.
It's the only book that comes with a centerfold.
There's no fucking centerfold. Stop telling people that.
I'm trying to help you sell books. I don't care. I'm trying to help you sell books, man.
I can't wait. I know. I can't wait to read it. I can't wait to read it. And I bet it is. Just watching you even on stage, you're very open. So I'm excited to get in your business.
There it is.
I'm excited, especially because I talked to you off camera. So I'm just I can't wait to read this.
Yeah. Well, I use a lot of personal anecdotes from my own life just to illustrate really, some very complicated brain chemistry for the layman, for the people that have never taken a medical course. And Dr. Brian King, you wrote a book as well. Tell us about it.
Right. Well, in a similar vein, I use a lot of my own life to sort of teach, but my books is less sex. It's The Art of Taking It Easy is my new book. It's all about managing stress and overcoming anxiety and depression, all that good stuff. Very funny book. Been doing very well during the pandemic. It's become an international bestseller, which I'm happy about.
Excellent.
It's really popular in other countries. I don't know why it's not more popular in the United States. We got to get more people in the United States to buy it. But The Art of Taking It Easy, very funny and very helpful book.
I'm gonna get that too.
I feel like you're gonna leave here with just a big reading list.
Good. I need it.
Good homework.
That's right.
Kendall, where you're a working comedian.
I try to.
You are very funny, and so where are you performing next?
I have a show tomorrow, actually. Tuesdays with my boy Rod Kells. God, I don't know the address right offhand, but I think it's in Hollywood.
But people can go on your social media and have a look, and you can find comedian Kendall Neal at comedian_Kendall Neal. There's 2 L's in Kendall, and Neal like you're supposed to spell Neal.
Yes, and my YouTube is called The Neal Family. So y'all please like, share, subscribe.
There it is, The Neal Family on YouTube. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. You guys, we go live every Thursday at 5, but today we have gone live at 8 p.m. on a Monday due to scheduling conflicts. So we will do a little promotion this week, and you should see the live version on We're Live Now. Yeah, so you'll see the full episode. If you go into log in and see what we're doing at 5 o'clock on Thursdays, you'll find it. This has been another case of the King-Abrams Show.